Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are once again drafting Wilds of Eldraine in the Premier Draft queues today. Today is Friday and we are looking to have a better day than we had on Wednesday. For those of you that don't know, go check it out. It's an interesting one. We're having fun here with the format as we always do, having fun with you all during the live streams. Got several more left here before the end of the live stream section of the format for the first month here. Check out the channel schedule in a community post I posted a couple weeks ago. Having a good time. We're here for drafts, so let's dive into one. See you in Pack One, Pick One. Here we are, and boy do we have a good one, and an interesting pick between the Princess Takes Flight, which is an insanely good build-around. But speaking of insanely good build-arounds, there's a Tanglespan Lookout, and if you know anything about me, I can't pass me a Tanglespan Lookout. You take this in the first pack, it goes outstandingly in green-white, ideally, obviously. Green-red is still great. I mean, look at the cards in this pack that go well with it. Witch's Mark goes well with it. It's not really a card you'd think that would go well with it, but it does. It makes a role token green-red, green-white, green-black. Even green-blue is not as good, but I mean, it's still just outstanding, and that's what I'm starting with. Very good pack with both of the Vigils as well. But we're going to start with Tanglespan Lookout here. Now we've got Stormkeld Vanguard, we've got Graceful Takedown, and Glass Casket, Stockpiling Celebrant. Lots of good options. Aforementioned Witch's Mark. I think I'm going to take Vanguard here. Most of my green decks want a couple or to a few of these bigger creatures to close out the game. And this is a good one. There's a lot of good cards here, but let's just stay green with Stormkeld Vanguard and go from there. We're getting past the goods. We've got Princess Takes Flight. We've got Cooped Up. We've got Garruk's Uprising. I don't think Garruk's Uprising is going to be the pick here. Boy, this pack is good too. Feed the Cauldron, Cut In, Johann Stopgap. Really good options. Princess Takes Flight is better with Bargain, obviously. Well, it's really only playable with Bargain. There is just a Cooped Up, which goes very well with Tanglespan Lookout. Garruk's Uprising, a little bit different of a build around. I think I'm going to take this because it's early and I have the ability to build around it, but I'm also passing a Cooped Up, which I don't like doing. But we'll take Princess Takes Flight here. Everyone is on to the fact that blue-white sucks, so no one's taking Charade, which is understandable. No white cards to speak of, but there's a Werefox. I like Werefox in green decks. It's also good with Lookout because it makes a monster roll. So we'll take this here. Aren't locked into white. Could still be green-red or even green-black. Or even green-blue, technically. Here comes the train. Decided not to honk behind the house this time. It's great. Thank you. Alright, speaking of green-blue, there's Balloonist Gatekeeper. There's also Restless Vinestalk. And there's Glass Casket. I think I'm taking Casket here. Although we're not going to get very much white in pack 2 because we passed a Princess Takes Flight, we passed a Cooped Up, we passed 2 Glass Caskets. If we pass this one, we could take Vinestalk and go blue-green. Blue-green is a deck I haven't really tried yet. And I think Vinestalk, if you saw on Wednesday, if you want some PTSD, go back and watch Wednesday's video for how good Vinestalk is. But blue is seeming relatively open. See, there's a stopgap now. There's also a Celebrant, which is good. Celebrant is good with Princess Takes Flight, but I kind of want to try out blue-green. I think it's going to be relatively open for us. Guess we could take a Moats here. Don't care about Season of Growth. I mean, it's... Yeah, no, it's not good. There's Abir's Attendance, but that goes well. We don't have any Beanstalks yet or anything. Let's take a Moats. Hatching Plans. That is a late Hatching Plans, and we already have a stopgap. So yes, please. There's another one, but I want the build around here. Into the Fey Court, Troublemaker Oof, Spreading Seas, and Hopeless Nightmare Wield. Interesting Collector's Vault as well. I don't think I like this card too much. I'm not the kind of person that really wants to go too hard on this. Spreading Seas. It's good bargain fodder. It draws a card. Turns their lands. But I think I'm going to take Into the Fey Court. If we're going to be blue-green, we're going to want some 5+ drops. Speaking of 5+ drops, I think we'll take Beanstalk Worm here. So we're going to see if blue-green is a good deck. This isn't a deck I've drafted. And what I like to do on this channel, for those of you that are new, every now and then I like to just try a couple of things out for you, right? There's maybe plenty of you out there that also haven't drafted blue-green, so you get to see if the deck is good or not, or has what it needs to succeed. I think the deck is open enough that we can take this here and go into it. Our curve is kind of horrendous right now, but we've got time to fix that. Uprising came back. So did Return from the Wilds. I think I'm actually going to... Well, this is tough. Return from the Wilds is... No. This is good. We already have Hatching Plans. We have Stopgap. We have Into the Fey Court. All that card draw is the reason I took Return from the Wilds there, because this does still just ramp us from 3 to 5. Which means we can cast Into the Fey Court and Beanstalk Worm right on 5 there. Take the Witch and take Slinger. Alright, what do we have now? Not a whole lot, unfortunately. There's a Restless Spire, but that's one of the worst creature lands. There is Spell Stutter for early... That's kind of like a 2-drop. There's Troublemaker Oof, which is probably a card I should put into this deck. I think I'll take Spell Stutter. It's just a fine... It's like, it kind of plays the role of a 2-drop in a deck like this. I would love some Up the Beanstalks. I would love some Hamlet Gluttons. I would love... There's plenty of things I would love here. Unfortunately, all of this is not really it. There's a Prism. There's Cruel Somnophage, but I don't think that's for our deck. There's Ice Out, which is fine. In fact, I think it's good. I think I'm going to take the Prism and then potentially open up like some off-color Adventure Splashing. If Prism weren't here, I would take Ice Out and probably still play it. But let's take Prism and go from there. Now we've got... No, Compulsion just isn't good. Brave the Wilds, Obira's Attendance, and a second Prism. I think I'll take my first copy of Brave the Wilds here. It also opens up some fixing if we need to splash. Oof. Second Hatching Plans? How much Hatching Plans can we take? We currently have a Stopgap. And that's it with Bargain on it. Probably not a deck for Prankster. Don't have to play both of these, but if we end up with enough Bargain... We definitely can. All right, interesting one here between Troublemaker Oof, which is more bargain, Bitter Chill, and Balluna's Gatekeeper, all of which I would love to put into this deck. I think I'm going to take Bitter Chill. We've seen a bunch of oofs. Some of them might even wheel. We don't have any payoffs for casting 5 mana plus value spells for Gatekeeper, and the Lookout gets better with the Chill. So I'm going to take that here. Don't really like any of this. I'll take the Transmuter, goes well with Lookout, but I don't think it's something I even really want to put into my deck here. I guess Crystal Grotto over a combat trick and a bad aura. There's got lots of hopeless nightmares going around. Ooh, Balluna. How many adventures do we have? 1, 2, 3? Okay. Maybe we can play Balluna. Not playing any of this. So let's put that into the board here. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3 cards with adventures so far. Four. Okay. We're doing something. We're getting a little bit of a spicy brew here. We've got a grotto. We've got a prism. We need some more bargain for these double hatching plans. Definitely need more bargain here. Ideally, some of these Troublemaker oofs wheel. Man, no respect. So more stopgaps would be good. Troublemaker oofs would be good. We do have a Diminisher Witch, but it's not quite the bargain I want. If I have 2 hatching plans, I'll probably play one. But ideally, I don't. Curiosity, don't think so. Water Wings, don't think so. So let's see. Well, this is a great bomb. Horned Lock Whale, 6 mana, 6/6 flash, ward 2 ETBs tapped unless it's your turn, and instant puts an attacking creature on the top or bottom of its library. So sure, we'll take Horned Lock Whale here. There's also Evolving Wilds, which I would love to pick up. It also has an adventure for Balluna. Edgewall Inn would be insane in this deck. Could money draft Parallel Lives, but we'll take Horned Lock Whale here. No bargain for us, but there is a Root Rider Fawn. There's also another Bitter Chill. I think I want Root Rider Fawn in this deck. Bitter Chill is good. I would probably play a second, but getting this ramp and a 2-drop is going to be important. Balluna's Gatekeeper goes well with Balluna Grand Squall. There's another... Oh, we do have a Brave the Wilds. Could take a second one to bargain away these hatching plans. I like Gatekeeper, though. I can... Maybe... The hatching plans are kind of a secondary plan for us. See, there's an oof here now. Is there anything I'd rather take over it? No. So now we can free roll this Troublemaker oof here. Get another instance of bargain into our deck. Okay, another Beanstalk Worm, Balluna's Gatekeeper. Don't have any payoffs for casting expensive spells here. But the Gatekeeper does have a relevant sorcery. Return from... So many hopeless nightmares. Return from the Wilds is another way to splash Balloona. Don't have any bargain we can play here. Let's go ahead and take that. I'm not playing 3 of these. I'm not playing anything else here though, so let's put that on the side. Frolicking Familiar. 7 instants and sorceries. Another Into the Fey Court. So many hopeless nightmares. Another Vantress Transmuter. Let's take Familiar. Maybe we can free roll its adventure off of Prism, Grotto, in a mountain. This is going to be an interesting deck here. Not exactly the payoff you want. I mean, but how many adventure creatures do we have for Balloona? This is going to be insane in this deck. We just didn't end up with a ton of bargains. So like maybe 1 Hatching Plans is okay. We have a Brave the Wilds, a Troublemaker Oof, and a Johann Stopgap as a way to make this Hatching Plans relevant. So I think 1 is probably okay. And that would just be the whole deck, I guess. Is that right? We have 7 instants and sorceries, but remember, we kind of have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is 2 Brave the Wilds good? I mean, everything else here seems good. We need 17 lands with this deck with as much adventure creatures as we have. Currently have 13, 14, 15, wait, yes, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 lands over here. Crystal Grotto seems like a playable card here. And yeah, I guess that's the deck. We do have a Diminisher Witch we could put in here. It goes well with Hatching Plans, it goes well with Tanglespan Lookout, but it's not necessary. I don't think card advantage is what we're going to be needing, but I just love me a Hatching Plans. We've got Spell Stutter if we don't draw our 2s. We've got Prism on 2. We've got Fawn on 2. And Hatching Plans on 2. So we kind of have 2 drops, but they're a little slow. How much do I care about Frolicking Familiar, though? Maybe 1 of them is okay, and then I play something like Prowler or Lectern just to get onto the battlefield on turn 2. So all of this kind of affects the board a little bit on turn 2 over here. Because if we play like nothing on 1, Hatching Plans on 2, Familiar on 3, we don't have a great start. No, I'm still going to try it out here. So let's try it like this. This is kind of an interesting one that we're going to see if we can get Teamer Adventures to work in Wilds of Eldraine Limited. Who knows? See you in game 1. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to make this cut here, but I have just realized after about an hour and a half of recording me playing with this awesome deck with great plays that I have not been recording. Happens to the best of us. With as many videos as I post on this channel, there are many that this might be the first time. Actually, this is the second time this has happened. One time it happened without audio. But I am currently 5-1 right now, and had some awesome games playing Balloona, and this is working out. I mean, just like everything like we wanted it to. And I was not recording, so let's see if we can get at least a full game or two, depending on how we win or lose these last two here. Because, yeah. It's been a day, folks. It's been a day. But here we are in the middle of this game. So you get to see how this one folds out. Probably with a concession after a Horned Lock Whale. We'll bounce this thing, and at this point I think we probably have lethal. Although they do have a Gingerbrute they could eat. And let's just get in there, because why not? What can go wrong? They're at 8. Math is for blockers. So they go to 11. Pay the ward. Kill their creature. Still have 6 mana to play a big fat Balloona's Gatekeeper, and that should probably do it this one to put us to 6-1, of which you haven't been watching. But maybe I won't make a cut after this just to prove it to you. We'll see. No, you trust me. It says 5-1 over here on the left. I'm going to put that over there. But we are currently, after this win, going to be 6-1. So you get to see at least one full game if we go 7-1. 2 full games if we lose this first one here. They have another... Okay, so you missed this earlier, but we read around Archon's Glory for this entire game. I put him on it earlier. I put him on that early. And played around it the entire game and then eventually blew them out with it. So that worked out pretty well in our favor. Okay, they go to 2. You know what? I shouldn't have just played that. They might have Expel the Interlopers here. So I'm just not going to play this creature. That should be fine. Alright, so we still get the win anyway. So 6-1. And let's see if we can get some fun plays here at the end for this. What's going to end up being a shorter draft for you, but was pretty long for me. See, moving up into Platinum 1. Alright, on the draw. Something sweet about this deck is even though we have a bunch of big fat creatures to finish this game, the early adventures, I mean, they've been really good. They're all pretty relevant in this deck. We had a play where we played this. They played a turn 1 Utopia Sprawl. We played Storm-Killed Vanguard to kill it, so... God. I don't understand the lands of this game. Magic the Gathering sometimes is just something else when it comes to lands. Alright, at least we got rid of another one. What could they have for 1 red mana? Torch the tower, potentially? In fact, torch the tower or storm the whatever. +1/+0 and first strike. Storm killed something? Who knows? Edgewall pack, okay. We have found 9 lands in our first 12 cards. Or 9 lands in our first 13 cards. We've played with 4 non-lands here. Maybe it knows as soon as I turn on my recording, it's just like, hey, it's time. It's time to get screwed. Aw, why couldn't they have done that in combat? Then I could have blown them out from Ferocious Werefox as well. Jesus. At least we have a bunch of 6-drops we can cast. If we're alive. Alright, I guess I'd rather them kill this. So let's just start with Gatekeeper and then just start dropping 6-drops and see if we survive. This could also be Monstrous Rage, I suppose. This has Menace. Okay, and still holding up Rage here. I'm gonna have to play into it. I'm gonna have to trade one of these 6-drops for it here. Realm Scorcher Hellkite. Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess they just sacked a rat for no reason. Yeah, all of that makes sense. Take 9? No, take 7? That's not what I wanted to do. So I'm trying to do tap here, add red. Thank you. And then hit him for 12 and then see if I can survive a Realm Scorched Hellkite. One of the best cards in the entire set. Yep. Can they kill another creature? If they have exactly Curse of the Werefox, I lose. Don't have a choice but to block here, or else I'm dead. Okay, that's fine. Okay. That should do it then, I think. Got the win. Jeez. This deck went 7-1, and boy do I wish you could have seen more of it. Because it was pretty awesome, and I have no way to show it to you. Unfortunately. You got to see what you got to see. A nice short video for you, and a nice long recording evening for me. But just a couple of the interactions. See, here's our clean 7-1. You can see it. So a couple of the interactions that we had here, I mean, we've got Balloona Grand Squall with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 adventure creatures. We did cast Seek Thrills 3 times. Once it got us 3 cards, once it got us 0 cards, and once it got us 1 card. So it did something. The adventures costing 1 less to cast came up. Got to cast some creatures. There was one game where we basically stormed off. We played Frolicking Familiar on 3, and then again on 4, and then something like Return from the Wilds and Stopgap on 5, and hit him for like 11 in the air or something. Horned Lock Whale was outstanding, as it obviously always is. Restless Vinestalk, you saw its power there at the last game, but it won us at least one other game this draft too. It was that good. So, really wish I could have shown you more. But I can't. So, believe me, here's the 7-1 with the deck. At least you can see that. You know the Teamer Adventures built around Balloona can work if you get it early enough. So give it a shot next time. Thanks for tuning in for the short one today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.